welcome to the CX Live Dialogues. We are delighted to have with us today Asif Ben, Senior Director and Head of EMEA Sales at LivePerson. With over 12 years experience, Asif is a seasoned business leader with a proven track record of success, spending his career focused on driving growth and innovation for companies operating in the EMEA region. Welcome, Asif. It's a pleasure to have you today.
Thank you. First of all, thank you very much for this opportunity. It's really great to be here today, and we're really looking forward for the event. So thanks for having me.
Definitely, Asif. Now, one of the most pressing issues facing businesses today is the need to embrace digital transformation to remain competitive as well as relevant. With the rapid pace of technology advancement and, of course, increasing customer expectations, it is vital that companies adapt their operations as well as their strategies to keep up with that changing landscape. Now, as I understand, you have helped numerous businesses through this complex challenge of digital transformation adoption. So in your eyes, what are the main challenges that you have seen in the CX industry this far this year?
Yeah, so really good question. I think the main challenges we're seeing this year with really the rapid change of tech is really everything got to do with scattered data, right? So from what I experienced this year, speaking to multiple companies, I think that the number of platforms that companies are running today, from CRMs, ERPs, and of course, omni-channels, is just endless, right? You'll find a lot of investment going into that, a lot of manual work going into that, and capturing the right data at that scale is just simply doesn't make a lot of sense, honestly. This is the direct reason why consumers are suffering from the lack of consistency, I'll say slowness in response, and at times simply not managing to close the loop. We hear a lot of, well, I called you on the phone, and then I chased you on chat, and I emailed you, and this is simply something that we're seeing on a regular basis, and it doesn't work. And I think the problem is that data is simply not being handled the right way, and I think that's one of the biggest frustrations we're seeing today from our companies, and that's one of the problems we're looking to solve. So capturing data while working with so many solutions is hard. It really creates pain for a lot of the companies I'm dealing with, and it's just simply damaging the overall ROI. I mean, I think that is probably the biggest challenge I'm seeing so far this year.
You touched upon data, Asif, which is clearly one of the big pain points within organizations. So what are the latest developments and improvements that you are seeing in customer service and the way companies engage with their customers as they leverage this data?
Yeah, this is a really good question. Today we're probably in the most exciting times in tech, and consumers are more aware of that, right? Companies understand that they simply need to hear their consumers in a much better way. I think, to answer your question, the biggest improvement is that companies are now starting with digital as the foundation. And that's something, again, going back to what we're seeing in 2023, this is probably a big step. So while companies still promotes number of ways to engage, phone, emails, etc., more and more companies today are just investing and starting from digital. Not a doubt that ChatGPT and the rise of AI have all accelerated this process, which is great for us. And consumers today are simply looking for what right for them at the right time at their preferred channel. Companies today learn that on top of the standard channels, digital channels as the likes of WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, etc., just simply being preferred by consumers. The advantages of cost saving, better proactive, personalization, content, and overall agent experience just resonated through the years. And I think we're now seeing the results of that. Personally, I do think that the pandemic was a key driver for that. We all know that the pandemic was the start of the digital wave. A lot of companies simply had to move to digital at no time. So I look at that as probably one of the biggest driver for that transformative time that we're in, really.
Definitely. And as if you touched upon a couple of very, very interesting and topical points that are now coming up, generative AI being one of them. So clearly that's causing companies to evaluate how they can leverage this new advancement. But then there's so much more. As you said, as digitization takes center stage, there's so much more that companies can look at and adopt. What would you say is the top technology enabler which is driving the transformation that we're seeing today?
Yeah, I'll have to say this is probably the most fun question for me. Why? Because I'll have to say generative AI, right? The potential of Gen AI is undeniable. The impact on society, you can see it everywhere, right? It's already visible. Many industries, pretty much every industry you can think of is leveraging this tech. Companies are enhancing their operation. Companies today are racing to add LLMs to their offerings, right? To stay ahead of their competition. Not a doubt, again, as I mentioned earlier, the success of ChatGPT, and just to remind everyone, this is the only platform that surpassed 100 million users, the fastest we ever see. So all of that just really demonstrate the excitement and appetite for Gen AI, which has already proven effectiveness both in individuals and businesses. Now, imagine combining the power of Gen AI and the power of conversational AI, right? The great work that brands are already doing with conversational AI, the possibilities for innovation and growth are simply endless. And that's what kind of gets me really excited about that. Generating languages, images, entire scenarios. Gen AI has the really potential to take conversation to the next level and really become limitless with the opportunities we can drive off it. And I think going back to customer experience, this is really the best technology to create a personalized, a good experience for our consumers today. And when you think about operational effectiveness, customer satisfaction, this is probably one of the greatest drivers to do all that, and of course to increase revenues. So the future of AI is really exciting. It's already here in a way. The possibilities for innovation and growth are endless. I think that working for a company that puts that in the front of everything that you're doing is really great, because it really opens up a lot of great discussions, a lot of options to educate a lot of the brands we are working with on that. So this is probably the biggest tech enabler I'm seeing this year.
Certainly. And we are seeing that conversation come up so many times now, which obviously clearly articulates that organizations are looking at it as a very, very exciting goalpost themselves. Now, you have enabled companies, big and small, across the globe to exceed customer and employee expectations. How has your software impacted companies in terms of not just customer experience, but also their employee experience?
Yeah, really good question, because I think that customer experience remains the central focus of a lot of what we're doing. We understand the critical role that employee experience in delivering good services and driving overall business is playing. I think our solutions have had a massive impact on both customers' experience and the employee experience for companies really across the world. LivePerson software automates repetitive tasks and really intelligently routes inquiries. So that's basically ensuring our agents are focused, high valued, and that the interaction that they are controlling requires the right expertise for them. So if I'm thinking about that, by handling the routing through, again, AI-powered chatbots and automation, agent can simply dedicate more time and attention to complex issues. This not only just improve the quality of service, but really enhance how agents utilize their skill and time effectively. If I'm thinking about it, really, our software today is enabling creation of new roles and opportunities for contact centers. Contact centers who want to dive into bot building and tuning have all the tools to really do that, and that can create a lot of opportunities for successful agents to simply have their next career path in the automation space. And I think that is something that I'm seeing working and talking to more COOs, etc., that are figuring out how I can take the skills and knowledge from the agents and put it to a better use in an operation. So we provide training resources to really empower these agents to develop skills in the chatbot space when it comes to configuration, customization, and of course, everything's got to do with the day-to-day optimization. So yeah, I mean, I think by offering these growth opportunities, we not just enhance the employees' expertise, but we also driving the right culture in organizations, and that is something that we're looking at as a massive improvement when you're using LivePerson. So this really is a good approach to just emphasize loyalty, turnover, and really attracts talented individuals who are just seeking growth within the organization.
That's very true. And last but not the least, we're all obviously looking at dynamic changes happening constantly within the ecosystem. So how does your company, LivePerson, distinguish itself from the other players in the market?
Yeah, wow, in a lot of ways. So yeah, LivePerson has been in the conversational space for nearly 28 years. Today we support over 18,000 customers, some of the largest brand across every industry you might think of. Now, why I'm saying that? Because LivePerson has a great amount of data to lean on. So we know what good looks like for your organization to push transformational move and to simply provide a better digital experience. LivePerson is really revolutionized consumer interaction with generative AI these days. We're using large language models to improve efficiency and just create better customers' experience. That's what we're here. That's what we're all about. If I'm thinking about really what changed a lot for us in 2023 to date, is really that our teams created a really exciting new interface to build bots powered by LLM in just a matter of minutes. Now, why I'm saying that? Because I tested it myself, no code needed. It's really mind-blowing. So speaking about Gen AI and speaking about all the great things we're bringing to life, that is some of the great things we are investing in today. And we're already seeing the demand from the market, which is amazing. I think on top of everything that I just said, we also made a great investment into voice analytics and into voice AI. So no more frustrating IVR system, no more waiting on the line. And I think after listening to our customers, we now know that call interactions should be powered by Gen AI and large language models. And I think that's the end of traditional voice for sure.
All sounds very interesting, Asif, and we're really looking forward to hearing everything from you and the LivePerson team at the CX Live show and the Contact Center show, where obviously all the attendees will get the opportunity to deep dive with you through demos and various other opportunities, understanding more about what LivePerson can offer to strengthen their customer experience journey moving forward. So looking forward to it.
Same here. Yeah, we are. My team and I are very excited to join. We are very pumped about getting everyone in our booth, and I am really hoping to see everyone next week. So yeah,
definitely. Thank you so much for joining us today, Asif, and you have a lovely weekend ahead.
Thank you very much. Thank you.